It is time now for your Revelstoke Mayor Report with Mayor Gary Sauls. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning, Sean.
How are you?
I'm good. You?
Oh, Gary, I'm filled with sarcasm and compliments all at the same time. Would you like some? Nah, I'll give you compliments, Gary.
That's kind of normal for you, Sean.
I like your beard.
Thanks.
You know what's nice about your beards, Gary, is that they're like youth style. You know, I'm not trying to age you. I'm just saying that there's a generation that when they have a beard, they have it. You could never convince them to shave it. You know, it's like the dad that still has the like Torino, go shave your mustache. Yeah, like good luck with that, right? But you sometimes it's a beard, sometimes it's a goatee, sometimes it's not. Just depends on your mood. And I appreciate that you kind of flow with us young guys that go, today I'm going to have a Fu Manchu.
There we go.
That's the only thing I haven't seen you do yet.
Yeah, I haven't done that one.
Well, you know, you should. Halloween's coming up, Gary. I'm sure Christy will love it. So you've been a good mayor, I guess, this week because you don't have anything too drilling. I just thought we would have a discussion about what's going on in town and anything that people should know about. I did have one little concern that had kind of come up, so I thought I'd throw it at you. Ready?
Sure, I'm ready.
So on 3rd Street, they did the renovation right across from the Mountain View School.
Yep.
They were replacing pipes, and they were to fix the road, but if you notice, some of it still sort of slopes down towards the bank, so what's with that? Why didn't that part get fixed?
They basically rerouted the sewer pipe up closer to the sidewalk. And by doing that, they've taken away the worry about what happens if that starts to slough. So they're going to run some tests over the winter and into the spring to see what's happening. Is that moving? And then if they feel confident that that they've stabilized things because they've moved the pipe, then they're going to redo that part and get it done. So it was not a matter of just taking it out. We don't know what the fill is. It's going to be a fair amount of work. So they wanted to basically get this stuff done, secure the pipes, make sure that everything's good so that water and sewer and everything's flowing properly, and then they'll go back afterwards and mitigate the issue.
Okay, so it will be flattened out and eventually
Yep.
they're just assessing. Sounds good there. And in terms of I don't want to say open house. I'm blanking on what it is technically called for the United Church.
We're going to do something in November. I haven't got an exact date as far as public information.
Okay. And there was another public hearing for something else. I feel like we're having a lot of
temporary use permit. There's going to be a public hearing. Last time I was on the radio last week, I'd said it was October 22nd. I've erred in that. It's actually going to be November the 12th. It'll be at 5 o'clock within the council meeting, but we'll set it up where we'll do other business and then go into the public hearing, which will allow people who are working during the day to be there.
Okay, so to touch base on that very briefly again, that is also talking about not just the United Church, which is what we're kind of in a roundabout way talking about, but this isn't a collective meaning. Yes, it's pertaining to that, but it could be pertaining to many other things as well.
Yeah, it just gives another tool for our planning department to put something in. If somebody comes to us and say, hey, we want to put workforce housing on this piece of property and then apply for all the proper zoning and whatnot down the road, we can get them in quicker by using a temporary use permit. That doesn't mean that we won't have a public hearing at that time, allowing people to speak their mind if it's going into their neighborhood and have concerns about it. So I just want people to know that. It's not like it's going to be carte blanche. We'll put it in whether they like it or not. That's not how it works.
Okay. Now, you and I have had this discussion before, so have others on coffee shops about the rental market. It's a really hot topic. It's probably also a very annoying topic, I'm sure, from your perspective and city's perspective. I'm sure it's annoying to hear about it. And I wouldn't blame you for hearing about it yet again. But when someone has a rental with, like you've said, 6 or 7 people renting in a room, and we had sort of discussed this, but there was a town, and I can't remember which town it was, in the Lower Mainland on the Vancouver Island that did have a policy about X amount of people can live there with their family and X amount can be added without blood connection.
Yep. So we have that policy here.
We do.
Yeah.
Has it always been here?
It's been here for quite a while. So you can have up to, I think it's 3 to 5 people who are non-related. Now I have to get the number exactly correct. So I'll do that next show. I'll have that number and say, blood relatives are X number over and above. And for some reason, I think it's like only 2 to 3, but it could be as high as 5. And so, now that we're going through some of our bylaw stuff, we may be able to deal with that as we move down the road. but I'm not going to commit the bylaw officers to doing that sort of thing because it's always hard to confirm. We're not going to go in with a DNA test to see who's related to who. So.
Right. So you put that in place, but it doesn't necessarily hold, even though you guys all know.
Well, it holds, but it comes down to complaint-based as well. You can't just knock on a door and say, hey, are you related to you and you and you?
Interesting. I wonder how many people knew that policy was already stamped and approved moons ago.
I'm not sure.
Interesting enough. Well, you just totally blew my mind, Gary. I thought that was going to be a big thing, and it turns out it's already here.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm out.
Okay.
I got nothing else for you, Gary. I think we're going to end on me being stumped, which is not that difficult. Gary, is there anything else that's going on that you think that we should bring up that is pressing, that's important, maybe something that's been forgotten in the last little while or anything like that?
Well, I think the one thing I just want to let the community know, I've been wondering what's going to happen with all these little areas that have had construction over the summer, when the paving's going to be done, that sort of thing. So
right.
My understanding is the paving company is coming sometime next week to start that so we can get that done before the snow flies.
Right, and our engineer is supposed to start sometime November?
Yep, start middle of November.
And the building inspector, we've heard that it's a little, maybe not.
We just have to find housing. We're in the same boat as everybody else.
Right, gotcha. Okay, well, if there's any other questions for Gary, of course, email him directly. If it's very valuable and something everyone should know, he'll bring it back up here on the Mayor Report. Thanks, Gary.
All right, thank you.